Okay, today's video, we're going to talk about a e-commerce landing page formula to make ad traffic you're driving to your website, if you will, or landing page if you think you already have a landing page that you've made to make e-commerce traffic convert well, how you're going to make it convert even better, okay? This is a repeatable formula that I use on all of our e-commerce products where we have a semi-complicated offer where we're not selling basically a $20 broom where you can basically look at the photo and like 2 or 3 bullet points and either buy it on that alone or not. The more complicated of what you sell is or the more expensive of what you sell is, the more you're going to benefit from a dedicated landing page to send people to. Naturally, you can send people to a product page on your site, your default product page, and make that effectively like a landing page, so to say, and do fairly well with it. But even then, you'll still generally typically do better for something that's fairly expensive. We're talking about more than $500 or fairly complicated, sending them to a dedicated landing page that just sells the user on the benefits, features of that product that then users then go to the real e-commerce site, e-commerce product page on your website where they can go and actually buy that item, which in that case, I call it like a pre-landing page because it's like, conditions the user as to wanting that product before you get them to where you have the real ask. You'll end up making the most money that way. And I'll explain why that is on today's video. But more importantly, I'm going to talk about the actual features of this page that you can get replicatable success on your own with your own ad campaigns, increasing the conversion rate of the traffic you already have coming into your site. Most people that try to make millions of dollars running ads for their business, for their e-commerce business, they spend more time trying to figure out where they can run an ad that's going to be successful than they do, by far, figuring out how to make their site convert better. They think their crappy websites are good enough and they should just be able to advertise it and it should make money because they deserve it, damn it. And nobody cares about your feelings. The user wants to know that they're making the right decision to buy. And it does not matter if your product is actually better or not. Until the user knows it explicitly and does know it in an easy to digest or as easy as digestible format as possible, none of it is going to matter at the end of the day. The quicker people get information, the more likely they are to convert because people don't like to spend a lot of time and a lot of energy to figure out whether something is going to suit their needs or not. Of course, if it's their only option, they'll spend a lot of time. But even then, you'll make more money making it more simple for the user. So with that said, how can we communicate all the value that we need to communicate to the user so they believe not only will this work for them, but it's better than the competition, and do it in an easy enough way for the user that they buy from us a majority of the time? Part of that comes from getting the right user to the page in the first place that actually has the propensity to buy. Part of that comes from remarketing to them all the stuff that we said on the landing page here to get them compelled enough for reasons to buy, and doing that over the next 30, 60, 90 days. But also part of it comes down to how quickly can we communicate the things that will get them to buy on the page we're taking them to. And that's what I'm going to talk about here next on this video. That so-called e-commerce landing page. So if you are selling something for more than $100, I challenge you to put together a landing page to do this for yourself. Send traffic to it because you're going to 90% of the time make more money. A lot of people aren't going to want to do this because it's going to be either hard or expensive, which really, if you don't know what you're doing in terms of making a landing page or a site that converts and understand consumer psychology, you don't have experience doing it, your money is going to be, your time is going to be better spent making money and then hiring, as a result of that, an actual person who knows how to make landing pages. And not just says they do, but has dozens of demonstratable landing pages that they've made that look like they could potentially work and should be able to back that up with data. Then you actually know you got somebody who knows what they're doing. But unfortunately for you, that person's probably going to charge $10,000, $20,000 for a landing page that really, really works, which you're probably falling off your chair. You know, that you don't want to do that, but put it all into perspective. If you even get a 1/4 percentage point higher conversion rate on your traffic from now on, because you got them going to this landing page, you've made that 10 grand back in profit in the first 4 months already. And people that know how to make landing pages know their worth. And there are more people who need their services than there are people that can actually get results. There's a lot of people who say they can do it. Very, very few people can actually come in and 90% of the time come up with something that's going to be better than the conversion rate you have, which is what you want, of course, because if you wing it, you could hurt your conversion rate. And now you're going to lose a shitload of money. To try to save a little bit of money, you lost your ass in terms of conversion rate while you were doing the test to see if it even works. Which, of course, you got to, regardless of what you spend on it, you can't just stick your head in the sand. You got to test it, verify that it gets a higher conversion rate before you run it forever. So you don't take the loss forever that you could take because you didn't hire the right person and you didn't have the right page in the first place. Even though something looks good, doesn't mean it does convert. You got it. Many people have to find that out the hard way. Some people who know how to design something beautiful do not understand consumer psychology to go along with it. Landing page design is about selling. You got to know how to design, but you also got to know how to communicate. And most designers can't communicate well. People that communicate well can't design. So it's a rare person putting those two together. And generally speaking, it takes somebody who knows how to market and sell, working hand in hand with a good designer, and they're working on it in terms of a collaboration. And even the designer still has to know something about selling, because you can't communicate everything to a designer like that. Anyway, so for a landing page, what you're going to do at the very top of your landing page, you're going to have a big statement and a picture of the end result of what your product delivers, and probably the product along with it. So if you sell a muscle building pill, let's say, you're going to have somebody, big muscles there, and then a picture of the bottle of pills next to it, and then a big statement. Get 20% bigger biceps in 90 days with our product. Why? Because the first thing that people do when they hit your landing page is they say, am I at the right place and do I want to stay here? And they're asking themselves, should I leave? 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 Like the first 10 seconds when they hit the page, especially in the first like 2 or 3 seconds. And so if you're going to hook them in to get them to stay on that page before they leave, because they're looking for any tiny excuse to leave. So many other things to click on the web that they can spend their time on. You want to communicate the value up front as quickly as possible and as distilled down as possible. Anybody that can look at that picture and read that headline knows why they should stick on the page. So that's the best way that we found to do it. Then you're going to go after the benefit and differentiators, okay? You have a picture of your product again, and then what we found works the best is like a bullet point list that lists all the benefits, all the differentiators. So with the muscle building pill, it's going to be gain muscle in 90 days. Bullet point 2, has no side effects. Bullet point 3, scientifically proven, the secret ingredient of the pill, scientifically proven to work. Bullet point 4, no other product in the market has the quality of that ingredient that we have in our product. Bullet point 5. And so that should basically be what you should do for that second section. You have your landing page broken down into sections that are clearly defined. So because this is what converts the best, basically, where they get one section. There's one big idea on that section that you need to communicate. You communicate it, they scroll, there's another big idea, there's another big idea, and so forth. So that's the second section. Third section. More technically, why is it better? Or should I say, better than the competition / works, but more so, why specifically does it work? This is the section where you're going to have charts showing that product works in a side-by-side placebo trial or whatever. You know, something that looks scientific is going to look impressive whether the person understands your data or not. Hopefully you communicate that data in a clear way so they would understand it, but basically, because it looks fancy, it supports everything you've set up here. This could be a cutaway of the product. If you have a water filter product, cut the water filter open in half and then show what each part of the water filter does so that they can understand, okay, everything you said above here, I understand now why it works. So that's the section for that. Then you're going to get to the next section for the user, which is going to say why the way you do it overall is better. So with that said, because obviously the option the user always has now is, or in their mind is, well, how do I know this product that does this is the best one? Is there other ones out there, and should I buy those? Instead of just assuming that they're going to know everything you said and therefore the user should know yours is better than the competition because you said you have 47 milligrams per capsule of, dog breath, enzymes in there. You actually tell them up front explicitly. You don't want to leave anything to chance for the user. If you know that they need to know that you have 48 milligrams per capsule, the competition only has 46, you need to tell that to them explicitly up front because you can't expect them to know it on their own and figure it out on their own, because a certain percentage won't figure it out on their own, and then therefore you'll lose sales. So here's where you're going to say, okay, out of the people that try to copy us, I love saying, of the people that copy us, it's the best way of a best phrase there to use. They suck because of X, Y, and Z. We don't do what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. That's your section you're going to do there. Then the next section, you're going to have testimonials. It's one thing to say that you have all these things. Can you back it up with actual proof from actual customers? Testimonials, the best ones are going to be video testimonials. Why? Because people don't believe text-based testimonials like they used to, because there's so many people that overuse those. And anybody that wants a fake testimonial can easily make a fake written testimonial. Whereas a video testimonial that's fake way harder, and you may say, well, they could pay somebody to talk on camera. Yeah, that's true. But you would still have to pay an actor who's willing to lie. And that's not as easy as what you think it is to pick up. It's possible. You've got to be able to bribe someone a decent amount of money. You can't just go to Fiverr and type in fake video testimonials and get that done. So 3 video testimonials side by side would be the minimum I would suggest there. If you can do 9 video testimonials, it's generally even better in terms of your conversion rate. But do what you can. Next, and if you can't do video testimonials, do the written testimonials. It's better than nothing. The video or the text-based testimonials, by the way, you'll convert better if you can show a headshot and a name. If you can't do that, just do the name. If you can't do the name, do first name, last initial. Why? Because the more information you provide, the more likely the user is to not believe that testimonial being fake. And as far as the video testimonials go, by the way, if you're worried that you don't have a camera man or a videography company that can go to your customers and do a video case study, then you just ask like what we always do, we just ask the user to record a testimonial with their iPhone. Because the cameras on iPhones are so good anymore, why not do it that way? And all you got to do is you give them what we do to get the best result, is we'll give them 3, 4, 5 questions to answer on camera. It'll be like, why did you buy the product? What was your results? What would you tell others about the product? And then through that, you'll get a perfect testimonial result every time. So they just got to put their camera on record, read the answers to those questions, and then they send the video to you and you give them an incentive, because obviously nobody wants to work for your company for free, or it's going to be damn hard to find people willing to read off these questions. It's worth it to give away, if they bought one of those, one bottle of pills, it's worth it to give them 3 more free bottles for that video testimonial, because each video testimonial you got will increase your conversion rate another 0.1 to 0.3% every one that you have. So it's worth it. Anyway, the next section is Why not the competitors? So this is not to be confused with this section here where you're saying why it is that you're better than the competitors. Competitors' items put way less of the active ingredient in the product itself. So you're saying what we're different than how we're different than the competitors. And then here you want to, in this particular section, you want to address what the competitors are going to say that makes them good. Okay? So in other words, some of the competitors are going to say we have the same ingredient. Okay, that's what we kind of did here. The other competitors are going to say why you don't need that much ingredient. So, because that's always what happens, right? If you're going to say what, you're trying to educate the user on what's important. They're trying to educate the consumer on what's important. You want to, in this section right here, you want to take whatever they're going to say that you should value and defuse it for the user so that when they hear it later on, or maybe they heard it already because they've been to their site already, you're going to say what they're saying, why that's bullshit. So here you're saying why you're better and try to educate the user. Here you're trying to defuse what they're going to say why they're better. So they're similar but different. We're better because we use an ingredient that works and gets results and use more of it than anybody else. They're going to say that ingredient's not important because we also have these two other ingredients that other companies don't have. And you're going to say that's not relevant because those two other ingredients aren't actually, they're just filler material, so on and so forth. So you kind of get what I'm trying to say here to you. So you have that section. And then your final section is your call to action. You're going to summarize what you get. You're going to get, one bottle of 90 pills that in 90 days you should be able to get 20% bicep growth. And it's going to come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and because you're going to want to, this is the section you're going to want to say warranties, guarantees, all that. And if you don't get results, we're going to double your money back. We offer free 2-day shipping. All that kind of stuff goes down here in this bottom section. And then what you do is you link to, the button should say buy now, and you link that to your product page on your e-commerce site. So they get this whole page, doesn't even ask them to buy anything direct. All it does is it educates them, and then when they click through, if they get to the bottom of the page, they're really educated. Now you have a link so you can go to the actual e-commerce page on your site where that item's sold. So that is the formula right there that I promise you, if you use this formula and you do it right, you are going to make way more money from your ad traffic because you're going to convert way better. The way that I see most product pages on e-commerce sites that I see that are way lacking in information, if they were to do what I'm telling you here and sent their ad traffic there, particularly for items for over $100, they're going to convert at least twice as good, if not 3, 4, 5 times as good. And anybody can do this. Really, yes, you have to do all it's a lot of work, of course, to get all this content together and design the graphs and do the video testimonials. But, if you're making 20 grand a month now and you could just put this page together and now you're making 40 grand a month, it's damn well worth it. Even if it takes you 20 grand worth of design work to get it done and another 10 grand worth of, hiring somebody to go out there and call your customers and get the video testimonials from them, it's still worth it at the end of the day. And for a lot of you guys that are not making enough money from your ads right now, it's not profitable, this is your key to get it profitable. Because now you're going to convert better than your competition. You can afford the traffic and they can't. And a lot of people will get stuck at, well, I'll invest more money into a landing page when I start making money from my ads. And the reality is you'll never make damn money from your ads because you never put together the landing page you needed to make money from your ads. This is the most common reason why, by the way, people fail at PPC or running ads for their businesses online. They say that they're going to invest money into their marketing and their websites and all this when they start making money. The reality is it's like trying to put gas in their car to get somewhere and invest in the gas once the car's already moving. There's a certain minimum amount of efficiency of your sales funnel that you have to make money. And, of course, it's expensive to put together an e-commerce site. You can solve most of that by just making one really good sales page for one product and monetize that one single product first, and then start building out a full website the right way, so to say. And the amount of money you're going to waste in ad spend trying to get your ads to work when you could have just started with an e-commerce page, then start advertising once that was done and have it work right away, you're better off just getting the work done right, getting the landing page done right. Because ultimately, think about it from the consumer's perspective. You're asking a lot. That is to buy your product over all the competition's product. And they believe in you, and yeah, they can return it, but it's still a lot of hassle to return it. They waste time and all that. You're asking them for a lot. You deserve, you should, if you want to be in business, it should be your responsibility to explain this stuff to users. What it will do, why it specifically works, why it's better than your competitions, what customers are specifically saying about it on video so you can listen to what they have to say, why competitors, the way that they try to do things, why what they're saying is incorrect. You are supposed to be able to, you should expect that you have to do this if you expect to be in business selling a product online that's expensive. And shouldn't be in business unless you're prepared and already have done that. Just expecting people to just, they don't need to know all that. They can buy from me anyway. And if they don't like it, they can return it. You're not being a very good business person to begin with. You should do all that for the user. You would want it for yourself. And that's the key crux of the situation. All these people that I talk to at our firm that come to us that aren't making money, you tell them to do simple stuff like this, maybe not that simple to you or to them, and they don't want to do it. But when they search online, they want it done. So they want to see what they aren't willing to do for their users. And you're basically just becoming a hypocrite at that point in time. Don't be the hypocrite. Do what you would want as a user to see. If you're going to buy whatever you're into, you'd want to see a sales page like this. Deliver it for your users. And then you will have as much money as you want to buy all the shit that you want to buy anyway as a result of that. So anyway, that's the landing page, e-commerce landing page formula that I would follow if you want turnkey results on your campaigns, more results than you have already, or just to put yourself in position to have a better landing page and conversion rates than your competition, so you can actually make sure to get ads to be profitable after your expenses for your company. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, usually within a couple days' time. Lately, it's been usually within 24 hours' time. You can ask me any question related to landing pages or any ad-related question that you'd like to ask, and I'll try to use my 15 years of ad experience to put you on the right track with what you're doing, just as a thank you for watching the channel and helping the channel grow. If you're looking for information on how to make millions of dollars of running ads for your business, this is the channel you want to subscribe to, as I just work on ad strategy for clients 40 hours a week. And with that, and through working on dozens and dozens of ad accounts on an ongoing basis as my sole job at my firm, I give you the stuff that works versus what doesn't work, and it's coming directly from the source. 99% of what you find online is people that, for instance, sell courses that don't really run ads. They pretend like they do, they're not. Or they run ads for like one or two people. They don't really have broad-based knowledge on certain things that work, because stuff that works in one situation often won't work in another. You need to see it work in 30 different situations to really know if it, mostly works or mostly doesn't work. Or they run an advertising firm, but they don't do the work themselves, so they don't really know what they're talking about either. For all these reasons, the information you get online is 99% crap. And you're getting information from somebody who isn't a YouTuber trying to make money off of YouTube per se, that just does ad strategy for clients 40 hours a week and has a YouTube channel on the side. Therefore, the information is reliable. So if you're serious about making money with running ads for your business online, you should subscribe, and you should subscribe right now. I also have a blog you can find that I write at guaranteedppc.com/blog, where there's actual step-by-step advice on how to run specific strategies that make money every time, that you can follow with screenshots, with the step-by-steps. If you like my channel, you should also check out the blog, because you'll like the blog even more. I promise you that. Go and check it out. As a side, if you're not looking to do all this heavy lifting for your business to get the results that we talk about on this channel, and like I talked about today, this is exactly what I do for clients. That is, we do all the work for you to get you the results, of course, for a fee. But you should know we can get you great results. And the information, by the way, is quality on this channel, as we're the only agency out there that does PPC ad management for clients that does not take fees up front from our clients. That is, if we can't get you more sales from your current ad spend without raising your ad spend, before we take a fee, there is no fee at all. So therefore, with it, you can know what we're telling you is reliable, because we're not going to waste our own time working on your stuff otherwise. And of course, what you're paying, if we don't make you more profit than what our fee is, there is no fee. So you're paying us out of what your winnings are already. So there's no reason why not to do it. Now, the only catch is we don't work with just any client. We got to know we can get great results for you up front before we take you on. But if you want to see if we can get you results, reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. We'd be happy to give you a free analysis to see what kind of results we could get for you. And even if you're not looking to work with an ad agency per se, where we do all the heavy lifting for you like that, we also sell ad templates. If we've worked in your niche market in the last 10 years of running Guaranteed PPC, we've worked in hundreds of different niche markets. If we worked in your niche market before, whether that be plumbing or book printing or what have you, you can literally take the ad templates that we've developed for your niche market, that our clients in a different geographic area than you, and copy and paste those into your account and get the same results our client or past client has gotten with none of the work. And just for a one-time small fee, you can get the templates, everything that works for that niche market, know the results you would get with it up front, and not have to do any of the work or spend any of the money or spend the time to figure out what we had to figure out to get to those results in your niche market. So if you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com to see if we've worked in your space and what results we can get in your space already. We've got people that use these templates, by the way, to start other new businesses. If you weren't in e-commerce before and wanted the easiest way to get started, take one of our templates to sell a product in a country that our client isn't in. You can easily source those same products in China and have turnkey results. Or if you want to start a really good business, you can start a lead selling business where you generate plumbing leads and sell them to plumbers. And because you got our template that generates leads at rock bottom costs, cheaper than the plumbers can do, you have a great business idea, which is pretty much a passive income business once it's set up. Leads come in, they get fired off to the buyers automatically. There's nothing really to do in terms of delivery. If you want to start a business like that as well, it's a great way to do. You could just contact me and buy one of our templates that can do that. But with that, if you're interested in any of those different ideas, you can also reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. I'll wrap everything up with that. Hopefully you enjoy this video, and I hope to see you on my next video where we have another great strategy for you then. See you later.